Kind of a follow-on to that, companies emerging that are able to go directly to advertisers to finance their web series.
There's definitely a lot of experimentation with people that are in traditional media starting up new ventures that are around kind of licensing and packaging content. So, off the top of my head, I don't have a great answer there, but definitely as you start to attend a lot of the events in Santa Monica and things, you'll hear a lot of the traditional agents and things working on syndicated packaging of online content that includes both the content and the advertisers all boiled in. So you saw one of the attempts at this was with Seth MacFarlane and Burger King on YouTube. It was kind of a package deal that was brought to market. So these deals are definitely happening. And once again, I think one of the areas to start there with is start talking to some of the local media management companies and agent management companies and see what type of packages they're trying to put together and what type of destination sites are interested in those packages.
Another question is, we've made several web series, some of which have gotten huge audiences, but the sponsors still come in with numbers that don't even cover the cost of producing the shows, and our costs are low. How do we raise the sponsor dollars for this?
Right. So I think two things. One is talk to the advertisers and be very frank and blunt with them and just say, hey, look, this is what we need to be successful, and why aren't you willing to pay us that rate? And they may tell you things like, well, hey, the ad creative that you're allowing us to run isn't what we need. If we could have this, we'd pay more. We have some concerns about where your content running and the adjacency issues. So some of my advertisers that are willing to pay more can't because they're concerned about their brand, especially if a lot of your audience is generated from like a UCG site. So those are the type of things you just got to get into that conversation. And at the end of the day, you don't want to run a business that's not making money. So you want to really sit down with your advertisers and have a dialogue with them to say, how are we going to make this work? Obviously, you like the audience I'm bringing you. You like the content that I'm producing. I need to be here for this to pencil out and have that conversation. I've seen advertisers saying, okay, I'm willing to pay more. If you're just dealing with somebody that's trying to, bulk buy and crush you on the CPMs, that might not be the best advertiser for your project.
Okay. One last question. Are there sponsorship CPM ranges that are starting to be accepted?
Yes and no. So once again, I think the ad networks try to have a pretty much standard rate card, and they try to negotiate off of that. But if you're just going direct to advertisers, like I said, there's lots of different models out there, whether it's subscription, sponsorship, or other types of models that are very variable. And so it's really about how much value you're bringing to the advertiser and how you tie that value back. So for instance, if you're having an ad campaign that's giving you a 20% click-through rate, you can charge $100 CPMs. It's not a problem. The advertiser will say, hey, my model works because you're giving me such a high CPM click-through rate. If you're getting almost no click-through rate or you're getting almost no brand improvement for them, they're not going to pay you very much. They're going to pay you a very low CPM. So one of the things I think is very important as a publisher is to give back to your advertisers as much analytics as you can. So going back to one of the examples I used earlier with iWonder, they have a reporting package in their ad units to say how many people interacted with the ad, what do those people do. You can set cookies and different things that you can actually track the click-throughs into the commerce sites that might be the advertiser and things. And so providing all this different analytics really brings up the value of the media buy they're putting against your site. And if you can consistently show performance, and that's relative performance, you can keep coming back with we need a higher rate if you want to keep that vehicle going. And so the marketing managers and things are going to look at the overall performance of the campaign on your publisher site, not just how much did I get the CPM for. That's not necessarily the success metric. So it's a combination of, once again, you have to sit down with the advertiser, understand their goals for that campaign, map that out, and then show, hey, consistently I'm exceeding those goals you set for us. Here's the analytics to prove that. And that's how you grow the CPM rates and you get higher CPM rates for your content. Perfect. All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity today. You see the email question up there. You can ask additional questions. And we look forward to speaking to you shortly in the future.